What's going on everyone, Olelito back here with a brand new video on the channel, and today guys I will be showing you the best custom tactics and formations on EAFC 24, so let's just jump right in to the video.
Sit down! Nobody talk! Sit down! We drink water and relax!
So, as you see in the background guys, we have the 4-2-2 formation, which in my opinion is the best formation on EAFC 24 and is the formation I'm using the most at the moment simply because I love it so much. As you see the team in the background, we have Ferland Mendy, Militao, Lisandro Martinez and Hakimi as our defense, Courtois in goal, in my opinion the best goalkeeper on the game. Militao is up there with the best center backs on the game for me as well. We have Valverde and Tchouaméni as CDMs. Both of them can go forward and defensively they are very, very good of course. We have Mitoma and Nico Williams on the wings. Not the best, very, very cheap. But Mitoma, as you guys know, on Twitch has... My brother Mitoma, run to the camera. I want to see your beautiful face. I want to see your beautiful face. Look at him. Being a bit of a club legend, so we need to keep him in the club. And then for the strikers, we have Robbie Keane.
Really? No? It's...
And Marcus Rashford. So, if we jump into the tactics, it's pretty simple. We play defensive style balanced, could use drop back, constant pressure, or press after possession loss, or pressure on heavy touch. But I think balance is by far the best. If we play with 40, mainly because we don't want our team to be open, we want it to be compact. So I was like 40 will probably do really well. Depth, I usually play over 60 in the previous editions of FIFA, but for this one, if you play over 60, your team is like on this kind of glitch press all the time. They are always like going towards the ball, you know, a bit of a kindergarten when your son or daughter is playing and they are just 4 years old and everyone is just looking to the ball and everyone's just swarming it. I think that's a bit like that if you go over 60. So I was like, okay, I don't want that in my team. So I had a 45. For the build-up play, we have balanced, which I think is by far the best. You have slow build-up, fast build-up, long ball, or balanced. And in my opinion, balance is the best. Chance creation, direct passing was the best last year, and I still think direct passing is the way to go. You can take possession or forward runs, but possession I wouldn't recommend. That's going to be way too hard. And forward runs, I still think direct passing is better. Width, I think on this game is very, very important to have a very good width. It was one of my good friends, or two of my good friends, that told me that Edu Castellano and Javi Villar, that you need to have a good width on EAFC 24, and I definitely agree with them, because attacking on the wings, I think, is definitely part of the most overpowered things on EAFC 24 at the moment. So I use 60 width, can use a bit more, but I think 60 for me is doing the job. Place in box, I have 5 simply. I think it's quite standard to have 5 in box. Could even do 6 if you want, but then again, you don't really want to get counter-attacked. So I think 5 is working wonders for me. And then corners and free kicks are both on 2. So overall instructions then, we have on Robbie Keane, we have drift wide and get it behind. Basically, I do Keane on drift wide because I want him to make this run behind my opponent's fullback, which is creating a lot of space for Mitoma to either go inside of the pitch or just play Robbie Keane in space. Rashford, I do get him behind, no support runs. I could do stage rental or drift wide, but I think balance is working well for me. Then Rashford can do a bit of what he wants. He's by far the best player in the team, so I think he's doing well there. We have Nico Williams and Mitoma on comeback on defense. I was thinking about getting to box for cross for both of them, but for now we have balanced crossing rounds. I will probably try that out and see if it works. For the CDMs, we have stay back while attacking, cut passing lanes, and cover center. And I think, yeah, these are by far the most easy tactics to put on these CDMs. You could argue that maybe balanced defense could work as well for defensive behavior, but I think cut passing lanes works perfect for both Valverde and Tchouaméni. For the left back and for the right back, we have stay back while attacking and overlap. And you want to add overlap always, because then the full back is going around your winger if you're pushing him up with the L1 button. That's basically the trigger button that you trigger the players through. So I always use overlap, and I do it for both of the fullbacks, but they are also stay back while attacking. So these are, in my opinion, the best tactics and formation for EAFC 24, but I still have a few more that I want to show you. We have pretty much simply the same as the 4-2-2 ones. We have 40 width, 46 depth, balanced direct passing, As I said, width will always be high, mainly because it's very, very good to attack on the wings and then find a cutback, or even try to create something from your opponent's byline. So overall, 60 width, 6 players in box for this one. I think it's a bit harder creating in this one, so I was like, I want to have my players in box a bit higher, so I added it to 6. Corners and free kicks I also have on 3. As you saw in the 4-2-2 one, I had them on 2. So I think this is a bit of a more defensive formation, but I still think it's if you master it, you can be really, really good in attack with it for sure. So going into the instructions, we have for the fullbacks, we start by them. We have stay back while attacking and overlap, which I think is pretty simple, the same as we had in 4-2-2. For the CDMs, we have cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, and cover center, which is basically the same as you had in the 4-2-2 ones. For the camps, we all have comeback on defense on them. I think that's perfect. And as I said to you in the 4-2-2 one as well, I will try get into box for cross. I would mainly do that for the left cam and the right cam, not really for Mitoma, because we want to still have him in the middle of the pitch. And then for the striker, as I said, we have drift wide and get behind to create that kind of space. So if Robbie Keane comes on the wing, then Mitoma could go into the striker role, and then Rashford could also go into the striker role. So like switching it up and making it harder for the opponents to understand how we attack simply. So that's the 4-2-3-1 tactics. But we're not done. You also need a formation to play out the game if you're leading. And in my case, I don't want to use a 5-back. I was like, nah, I don't want to use that. I want to use a 4-2-3-1-2. So basically the same formation as we talked about, but it's a bit more defensive. But the main thing is that it's a big difference between how I play the 4-2-3-1-2 and the 4-2-3-1. Why? If we look at tactics, it's pretty much the same. Width is actually going to be a bit less. We have 36 because we want to make it very, very tight. Depth 45, balanced direct passing. Width is 60. Players in box 3 only because we want to defend, of course. And then corners and free kicks are both on 2. As you see here, we have the same. But the thing is, you see Rashford and Nico Williams are a bit more further back. So they are not as attacking as they are in the 4-2-3-1 formation. In this though, we have just getting behind for Robbie Keane. I was thinking about actually putting him on stage central or drift wide. If we put him on drift wide, he can actually make the run in behind the fullback just to create space, which is super important because we all know how good T-press is, and then you need some space to be able to work with. So I don't know. I will try out both drift wide and stay central and let you guys know what I think about them. I don't really think it's a good idea to put comeback on defense for the striker either, because you want someone to be able to, you know, just take care of the ball and shield it and just keep the ball high up your opponent's half. For the cam, which is Mitoma then, it's comeback on defense, pretty simple. For the left mid, right mid, because these are not cams anymore, these are left mid, right mid, we have comeback on defense and stay wide. And I want them to be super wide because it's easier to finding them there. But also the fact, if I lose the ball, it's way better losing the ball on the side of the pitch instead of losing it in the middle of the pitch, because then it's easier to find spaces in the center simply for your opponent. For the CDMs, I have cut passing lane, stay back while attacking, and cover center, which is pretty much the same. And then for the right back and left back, we have stay back while attacking and overlap. So this is how I play out. 4-2-3-1, 2, 4-2-2, 4-2-3-1, and 4-4-2 is my ultra attacking one. This one is pretty simple. I mean, 45 width, 95 depth, fast build up, forward runs, width could be a bit more actually, maybe like 57. Plays in box should definitely be more than that, should be 9. And then corners and free kicks are both on 4. Instructions, I just have getting behind for both strikers. CMs, I have get forward and get into the box for cross. Left mid, right mid, I have stay forward and get into box for cross for both of them. Left back, right back, we have join the attack and overlap. And for the center backs, I just have stay back while attacking. I could do get forward to them, play as a striker or join the attack, but I don't really want them to touch the ball because their touch is not the best, of course. So yeah, this is my tactics. Let me know if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and try these tactics out, and comment if you like them or if you try them or if you have any success with them. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for this. Love you guys. Peace.